Hi, my name is Taylor Watts from JMC 437, and this is my presentation of the upcoming trivia event that we would like to host for River Valley Child Development Services. The name of my event will be Thundering Trivia Night, and we will hold this event at Marshall University in the John Marshall Room in the Memorial Student Center. The basis of our event will be a Marshall themed night. So the trivia will be all Marshall questions. The items in the silent auction will be Marshall themed things, signed things. The MC will be Doc Holliday, the head coach, things like that. We'll be raising funds through this trivia night, as has been in the past, for River Valley Child Development Services. We want to be able to not only put their name out in the community so that people know the impact that they have on the kids in our community as well as the programs that they offer. We want to fund the scholarships that will put more kids through these programs. We're going to change the trivia event as it has been in the past, starting with the location, switching up the type of trivia, changing up an MC. Doc Holliday's a big Marshall name that just goes with the theme, things like that. Plan to not only sell more tickets and make more money, but raise the prices of tickets. So go from last year where they were $25 each to this year $30. That's $5 more each head, and that will increase profits significantly with not a large change to those who are going to participate in the event. We want to be able to pull all of this off in order to make more money for them. Our audience obviously will be the Marshall community. However, we would like to take Ms. Brodoff into consideration where she wants a bigger community, encouraging large businesses to make a team. If your corporate headquarters has, I want to participate, well, maybe I can get a whole table of people who work with me. And then our table name will be out there. It's good for us. It's good for River Valley, things like that. We will target Marshall students, Marshall alumni, athletes, faculty, and staff, as well as the big businesses, like I said before, law firms, small business owners, their friends, things like that. We can try to get the schools involved. Students and employees who might have kids that have been through these programs in the past, people with kids who might want to put them in that in the future. If they know that their money that they're spending is going to make these programs better, then we have been successful and they will be more willing to participate. We'll have to target these audiences in order to get them to the event. We need to make sure that it's well known and have appealing things such as big name MCs, cool auction items, things like that. So while in the planning stages, like I said before, we will need mass media coverage. So this will be radio stations, the Parthenon, Herald Dispatch, Charleston Gazette, things like that will have to, have all of our information in it. The events leading up to Trivia Night, what your benefits are for donating to this nonprofit organization, and things like that. Silent auction, like Ms. Brodo said, we will be focusing on getting quality items over quantity. A huge amount of items that people can buy themselves on a regular day are not going to go very high. Something you can pick up in the Marshall bookstore, not that great. Something that you can pick up in the Marshall bookstore that's been signed by a famous alumni, someone who's been very successful, an athlete, Chad Pennington, Randy Moss, things like that. Those will be things that we want to present to people. We're about to go to a bowl game. Things like that would need to be included, quality items that people will want to buy for more than something that they could buy from a regular store in Huntington. Like I said before, the media will need to be involved, not only Marshall's media, WMUL, the Parthenon, but in Charleston, in Huntington, on TV, our events that are leading up to the main event. We're going to have one each month, January, February, and March. Each one of those needs to be covered in the news, in the papers, on the radio, having people there at the event so people know about it, feature stories, stories leading up to the event, etc., need to be involved. So having this be a big part of targeting our audience will have people come out and help us to raise more money to make the event even more successful. The timetable for this is the April 25th will be the night of the event. Spring 2015 is when most of this will happen. We've got to get things rolling right in January. In January, you'll have the people aware that that's coming up. Tickets will go on sale. Tickets will be on sale up until the event, but having them on sale way in advance is going to help. Publicity, that's all we need to work on. Websites, Facebook, Instagram, social media. We can blow this thing up everywhere. People will know all about it. Prep work will take for the actual event will start 2-3 weeks in advance, but obtaining everything to get to the prep work will start January 1st. Ideally, the trivia will be taken care of and written well in advance, and we can focus on setting up the room, making it martial, everything, things like that. As we have no budget right now, the upcoming mini events, as you could say, will really be important in order to secure the things we need, like the location, the food, the catering, things like that. Without the publicity of the mini events, there will be no main event because there will be no budget. As we go through this process, we need to take those things into consideration and do things that will let people know. So one of the things that I had decided was important is at one of these mini events, or all of them, but at least at one, is to bring some of the kids out into the community. So if we're hosting an event on campus in February for Valentine's Day, well, we need to have these kids out here. So we need to get some of the kids from River Valley and bring them out here and have them on campus so people can see, the news people that are there covering the event. Everyone can see, like, oh, look, there's the kids. This is who we're helping. Putting a name or putting faces with an organization is really going to help draw people in emotionally, and this is going to make them more susceptible to donate. The fact that this is helping students at Marshall gain experience, that's going to help educators. They like to see people succeed, things like that. Having us as students out there, as well as the kids from the organizations out there, is going to help as well. Pamphlets need to be, every piece of information that says something about the event needs to have something included about River Valley. So, we're sending out a press release. The bottom of it needs to have the mission statement. We're doing a feature story. The bottom of it needs to have a mission statement. People need to know what they're donating to. Nonprofits, they survive off of donations. River Valley has very, very minimal ways to fund for themselves, so people need to know what they're donating to. This is the more they know, the more they can tell other people, and the more they'll be willing to do it themselves. There will be dinner at the event. Locating something that people are going to like and that we can afford is tricky, but when people say, oh, well, they're going to have food, people want to go. So there will be food, wine, trivia, silent auction, lots of things going on. It'll be a very fast-paced evening, as well as there's always something to do. It's not just going to be you walk in and sit down. It needs to be an upbeat and lively event so that people, who are younger and older want to go, because there's a wide variety of things for you to do. That means that the event needs to be targeted towards all age groups, not just one specific age group. This is going to get more students out there who want to receive auction items. It's going to get more adults out there who want a night with their friends, etc. Things that they can do, something out in the town on a weekend. It needs to be exciting. Sodexo will be catering because it is in the John Marshall room, and that is procedure. However, they have many dishes that they cater for all the time, and they do know what they were doing. Beer and wine will be served. That will be an incentive for people who are over 21, of course, and things like that. I don't know the possibility of getting kids at the event. That's something that I think would be interesting. Having kids up there holding the auction items. I think that's really cool. So then you see, oh, here's this kid, and maybe they're on scholarship and they're holding this really cool item, and let me go bid on that. Just seeing these faces around is going to help people to want to donate. So, in conclusion, it's important that all these things be carried out in order to have a successful event. And through this Marshall-themed event in Huntington, especially after the football season we had, I don't see why people won't be just crazy about coming to the event.